Sechrest, and he is our technician here at Prairie Quilt. We are really excited because, as you can see from the background, we have gotten in a lot of creative sensations, but they're already sold, aren't they?
They are. I can't believe it. And we didn't even get all that we sold.
No, I know. We had a lot. So, we've sold an awfully lot of machines, and we've got a portion of those in already. We will be getting a lot more in. If you want a creative sensation, I'm afraid we have to say you can't take it home today, can you? Because you've already pre-sold all the ones that we've gotten in so far. But I'd love for you to come in and try the machine out and see if you like it, and then you can put yourself on the list, because it's really a first come, first serve.
And we do have more ordered, more than what we've had pre-sold. And I believe what they said, Randa, sometime by the second week of September, we should expect to get way more than we've sold. So if you're on the list or you're not on the list and you want to be, well, you can still get one pretty quick.
Okay, good. And we got sewing at the convention.
Oh, that was fun. That
Pretty
was great.
exciting. I made some of the little bubble letter appliques and did several other little projects. Super easy to use, but I want you to go into more of the technical parts, because I think that's what people are interested in.
And I did. I learned a lot about the new Creative Sensation at the convention, Randa. We talked a little bit about what we knew was coming on the machine in our last video before we got the machine. And I was able to learn a lot more about that. And I'd like to tell you all about that today, and that is the active stitch technology. What I told you before was the active stitch technology measures the amount of thread you need and then adjusts the tension for it. That's close to true, but actually what it does is better than what I thought. It doesn't actually put tension on the thread. So what it does, it actually measures the amount of thread you need for the stitch, because it's a computer and it knows how much your stitch is going to be, whether it's an embroidery stitch or a sewing stitch. It knows how long it is, and it meters out the amount of thread you need. So your tension is guaranteed perfect. And the beautiful thing about that is we use metallic thread because it's not putting tension on it, it doesn't break. We use the most difficult to sew metallic threads convention without any problem. You might have watched our videos and seen it. It's not editing out problems. I mean, it's phenomenal, and y'all will get a chance to see it. What this means to most people is when they sit in front of one of these machines, they're going to fall in love with how beautiful it is. It's quieter, how easy it is to navigate, how beautiful it is to interface with. But behind the scenes, what's really happened is we have set a new landmark for innovation. People 4 or 5 years from now are going to say that's the day sewing machines got turned upside down and they finally are easy to use. Because the #1 problem that people have with sewing is tension. And not because there's anything wrong with the machine, but because of the different threads we use in our projects. And our machine now is going to handle that. So we have really reached a milestone that everyone's going to look back and say that was one of the biggest innovations ever in sewing. And that's, to me, great, because customers, I want them sewing without problems. And this machine looks like it's going to be that machine, the one that sews without problems.
Okay. And the feed system's pretty awesome too.
It is, and Randa, they improved the feed system. I didn't know anything about what they said optimized feed, but in our creative vision, we had a technology that moved the foot up and down. That was really neat. But they took that and they went a step further. When they moved the foot up and down automatically, now they also measure the fabric. So that if you're sewing a pair of jeans, like the little hump that's on the bottom of your jeans, where it goes from 6 layers to 9 layers, when you go over that hump, it literally is measuring the height of your fabric, because it needs to for that. It needs to know how thick the fabric is to make that stitch right, to meter out the right amount of thread, but it also senses that you're getting something thicker. So it literally changes the pressure on the fly now. Not only that, but they've changed the feeding system of the feed dogs so that they stay in contact with the fabric longer. That translates into better feeding. Whether you're sewing just consistently the same fabric thickness, like 2 layers of cotton, with the feed dogs on the teeth longer, you're going to get better feeding. But also when you go over different thicknesses, from thin things to thick and thick to thin, it adjusts automatically on the fly. Something the Creative Vision can't do, won't do, and the Creative Sensation does. And it's a really exciting innovation in taking the technology we have now and just going another step further.
Yeah, we got to sew also besides embroidering at the convention, and I really did love the pieces too. Really gave me a nice stitch.
And so you,
The funny part for me was the undo, redo button. I really, really liked that. That seemed great.
and what is that exactly, undo?
Well, a lot of times I'll move a design a certain place and then I'll go, oh, I didn't want it there, I want it back. It's in the design creation
Okay,
where the undo button is, and I really liked that.
that sounds useful.
Yeah. So in design creation, when you're first putting your item together, or like if you're putting your lettering and you're designing together, then you can go backward a stitch or forward. I mean, not a stitch, but a function. Go backward or forward a function. I really did love the screensaver too. It's beautiful. And I know at convention when they were interviewing us, you said that it was sexy. I'm not sure if I can go that far, but it is beautiful. In fact, today was the first day that we had any of them open. They came in and we set one up, and Christy Hawk walked in and said, wow, isn't that beautiful? The screen is awesome.
It is
really
beautiful.
big, 37% more, and lots of color to it.
At convention, there was a gal next to me. She had oxygen, and she was sewing, and I didn't think about her. I go, oh, this is so sexy. And I looked up, and her eyes were as big as saucers. I shouldn't have used that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
That's okay.
Shouldn't have used
It
that.
was the word you were thinking of.
It was.
So.
It was.
One of the other ones that I loved was the shape creator.
Yeah.
And you know, we want to do a video of that real soon so that people can see what the shape creator is. But it's going to be awesome for applique, for when you want to do, whether you want to do a little applique on your husband's shirt or your wife's. Or if you want to make something to embellish your grandchildren's clothes or their backpacks, because my grandkids always love to have their names on everything. So that shape creator is really going to be nice with that because it has applique features.
They've really added a lot of massaging to that function, haven't they? A lot of options. Yeah.
And the stacking stitches I thought were really pretty too.
Yeah, that worked really neat. I was surprised at how easy that was to use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Even I did that.
Good and nice. Gives you a really nice technique to use without using the embroidery function, without needing it. So
Yeah.
that's what I liked about it too. So we hope you come in and see the machine. It is up, ready to show you, and we're really excited about showing you something. Whatever.
Thanks for letting us into your home, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.